What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Cosmic Wonder. I'm Warren Thompson, and a new DC event has emerged that has fans, well, kind of confused, but also kind of really excited. Now, of course, we know that the old DCEU, the old DC Extended Universe, is for the most part being reset. James Gunn has revealed his Chapter 1, or at least what he says is a little less than half of his Chapter 1 slate, titled Gods and Monsters. He gave us some movies and some projects that were coming out, and some fans are excited, some fans have mixed feelings, and of course some fans just do not like it. And a lot of people were really hoping that the Snyderverse would finally be restored. And there's been a lot of talk going around recently stating that James Gunn is indeed going to work with Zack Snyder again for his new universe. However, there have also been a lot of insiders stating, no, this is a complete reboot. Zack Snyder is not going to be involved in this at all, which makes sense because James Gunn is coming in with Peter Safran and they're completely redoing everything, basically starting a new universe after The Flash. But while all of this is happening, Zack Snyder himself has announced a big DC Snyderverse event, basically announcing a Snydercon, a big event that is essentially going to focus on the Justice League, the Snyder Cut version, of course, and of course Batman vs Superman and Man of Steel. And fans have been wondering since Zack Snyder teased this announcement what exactly this means for the future of DC. Well, here's what today Zack Snyder came out and told us about it. Speaking on the Nerd Queens' YouTube channel, Zack Snyder gave us some details about upcoming Snydercon. And the event is really for a great cause. It's going to take place in Pasadena, California from April 28th to April 30th. And it's going to be a charity event that is supposed to help raise money for the American Foundation for Suicide Prevention and the Autumn Snyder Tribute Fund, which is a charity that is a tribute to Zack Snyder's late daughter who passed away. So right away, it's a great, meaningful event, and if you did love the Justice League that Zack Snyder created, and you have the means to go, by all means, go check it out. It should be a lot of fun, and it's for a good cause. He does go on to tell us a little bit more about what to expect, and the panels. They're going to be screening Man of Steel on April 28th and do a panel, Batman vs Superman Dawn of Justice, April 29th, and also do a panel about that. But then, on the 30th, they're going to be screening Zack Snyder's Justice League on the IMAX screen at IMAX at Universal City Walk. He also says that there is going to be some exclusive merch that you could never get before that's going to be specifically made for this event, and there is going to be giveaways. He said, I know there's some fan-driven events around the event, whether it be giveaways for some figures. We're trying to get a Batmobile. I know there's a bunch of stuff we're trying to get to also give away in relation to the screenings. So it sounds like there's going to be some pretty big giveaways. Speaking about the merch, he says the event itself, of course, the screening event, it's 3 nights, 2 at the Art Center and 1 at IMAX. Then we're gonna have t-shirts that Jim Lee is drawing us a t-shirt, which is an amazing design. Can't wait to show it. We're gonna have posters. Some of the vendors that made us our posters for the actual Justice League film itself have been working on posters for the event. We have an additional Art Center poster that we're making. And as far as what to expect from the panels, here's what he had to say for the Man of Steel panel. He said, and then we're going to have a panel after the Man of Steel screening. I'm working on the panel for Man of Steel right now. We'll see who. And once I sort of get people, I'll hint at individuals with any luck. And then Batman vs Superman, we're going to do the movie, then we're going to do a signing. I'll sign some posters, and hopefully we can talk about the movie a little bit, and a panel as well. So this is going to be a pretty big event for Zack Snyder's Justice League films and the Snyderverse fans. But the question that everybody has been asking, will this affect the new DC at all? The answer seems to be no. He didn't mention the new DC universe at all, as far as he is involved with, that is. And this event seems to be for charity, of course, but also just for the fans. For those who wanted more of the Snyderverse, more of the Justice League that we have, and for those who want to see the Snyderverse Justice League on the big screen, on IMAX. And I'm sure you can expect some of the big names to show up. I'm sure Henry Cavill's Superman is going to show up, since sadly, he is no longer going to be in the new DC universe. Ben Affleck's Batman might show up. We know that he's kind of got a bad taste of DC right now, especially after he said that no, he would not direct any project for the new James Gunn DC universe. So maybe Ben Affleck shows up, but we're not really counting on him. Jason Momoa, he will probably show up because he's always really thrilled to do anything Aquaman related. And right now, Gal Gadot's future is up in the air. It's very unclear right now. They canceled the third Wonder Woman movie, and basically James Gunn stated, hey, we're still talking to Gal right now about what we could possibly do in the future, but it has been confirmed that there is not going to be a Wonder Woman 3 with Patty Jenkins. And basically, since James Gunn stated, well, the heroes that are a part of the Justice League in the new universe, they're going to be starting over essentially and kind of doing origins. Not true origin stories, a different spin on them, but he pretty much confirmed that Superman, the new Superman, is going to be much younger than Henry Cavill's Superman was in the Snyderverse. So it's a big mystery right now if Gal Gadot is going to be showing up anywhere in the new DC universe as Wonder Woman. There is a chance because the multiverse is going to be a thing, but they probably will cast a newer, younger Wonder Woman for their Wonder Woman projects. That seems to be the case for most of what is going on in the new DC universe. But as long as something doesn't really interfere with the plan that James Gunn and Peter Safran have, they are still open to whatever might come along. Shazam 2: Fury of the Gods and the character in general, Shazam, is a good example. Now, Zachary Levi has stated that he wants the character to continue on in the new DC universe, even if it isn't him playing the actor. But he did also state that he did talk to Peter Safran about the future of Shazam and himself in the new DC universe. This is what he had to say about it. Listen, I've talked to Peter a good bit. We're going to talk more on this tour. Certainly the idea is to continue the character, this world. It's a really enjoyable extension of the DCU. It has DNA that a lot of other characters and extensions don't necessarily have because we are a more family movie. That kind of franchise comes with a lot of fun. And he finished by stating this: what they've said is that what we've done in these two Shazam movies doesn't contradict anything they're doing with their new plans, which is great. It means that you could do Shazam movies if you wanted to. We'll see how that all works out. Now, James Gunn is pretty much rebooting almost everything, although some things are unclear, like how Jason Momoa's Aquaman is going to stick around, and if Gal Gadot's Wonder Woman sticks around, how exactly is that going to work? We don't really know at this point in time, and James Gunn probably doesn't exactly know either, which is why he has stated, we are talking about it. So keep your hopes up that some of these characters might return in some way, perhaps via the multiverse. But in the meantime, if you did enjoy the old Justice League, the old Snyderverse films, this Snydercon is a great fun event that you can attend if you are close enough, or if you feel like traveling. You could feel some nostalgia, watch these movies on the big screen, watch the Snyder Cut on IMAX, and support a really good charity. Let us know in the comments down below if you wanted the Snyderverse to be restored, or if you're okay with the new plans that James Gunn and Peter Safran have for the new DCU. Let us know down below. And of course, please be sure to like the video and subscribe so you can stay up to date on all of the latest DC news. You can always follow us on Instagram and Twitter, and as always, thank you all so much for watching. Woof woof.